Thanks.
The rest of the night's just boring. So what will be your takeaway for the first part, those over here? Anybody?
I don't know.
You don't know?
There's things you know you know. There's things you don't know.
What's that?
There's things you know you know.
Yeah.
There's things you know you don't know.
And things you don't know you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And we don't know that we don't know that that's true of life.
It's easy.
And we just hope you know what we don't know, because we're here to find out what we don't know.
There you go. Exactly.
Hallelujah.
It's free. Let me say something to you. It's actually free when you give yourself permission to not know everything.
That's right. Amen.
It is free to give yourself permission to not know something. Because to not do that ultimately will lead to arrogance. And the reason arrogant people aren't teachable is because arrogance blinds them to their arrogance. Did you get that? Arrogance blinds you to arrogance. That's why arrogant people are ignorant. And I've met so many Christians who are able to quote the Bible, know Hebrew and Greek, and are mean. Just mean. They're controlling. They're abusive emotionally and spiritually. And they know how to use the Bible to guilt and shame people. And they justify it. They justify it. And when they don't know, Father is not pleased. Father is not pleased. Because this represents his heart. He doesn't treat people that way. He doesn't treat people that way.
That's right.
Now, Thessalonians 5:23, you don't have to turn there. It just says, now may the God of peace, may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely. And may your whole spirit and soul and body, there we are. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and you have a body. Be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. He who calls you is faithful, he surely will do it. The church is response. When I worked at one church, and what was really sad was some of the senior leaders refer to people with depression issues as wackos. They call them crazies. And I finally said to one of them, I said, I have a problem with you doing that, but one of your kids one day shows up with an addiction problem or something, I hope you call them the same thing. As long as you're willing to do that, at least I know you have integrity. At least you have integrity. At least you're consistent across the board. And so, one of the things we have to be very sensitive is, in a broken society, with the breakdown of the family, let me say it this way. Every social ill in America, sociologically, now let me kind of give you pieces that you don't know. I served Governor Brownback his first year in Kansas. I started the statewide health and marriage and father initiative for the state of Kansas. All right? I served for 4 years as state commissioner, it's a volunteer position, but I served for 4 years as state commissioner of the Florida Commission on Marriage and Family. So I've done a lot of things other than just work in ministry in a church, in my own private ministry, graduate school professor, private practice, managed psych hospitals, and I've worked with government, and I do leadership training for businesses and churches around emotionally healthy leadership. All right? Emotionally healthy leadership. My brother and I, we call compassionate leadership models. What we see mostly today are people doing leadership training to people who are immature. If you train a monkey to do leadership skills, he'll have a good time in the day learning all those skills, but when he leaves there, he's still a what? Monkey. You haven't helped him. What we're doing is we're equipping emotionally unhealthy people with weapons they'll use when they go into their lower emotional state to deal with conflict. You see, it's what I did, it's what my father knew to do, it's what most of this country does. And sadly, you see it in our president at times. Because mature people don't do things like he does at times. I'm not here to argue for or against him. I'm like, can you just be mature and not do that, sir? It just don't do that. Because you don't see Jesus doing these things. And yet we justify it. So I'm going to kind of give you something here. And I decided, because of some conversations I had outside of, to kind of shift something. So if you don't mind, I'm taking a little bit of liberty, is that right? You don't have to invite me back, all right? That'll work out really well. But one of the things I do, I try not to stick to a schedule if I sense that the need may be a little bit different, is that all right? So I'm not saying I am led by the Spirit, but I believe I am. How about that? So I will give you some slides here in just a minute, cover them, but then I want to really kind of take it to a different place in this time. Now, many years ago, I was asked to do a workshop for the Florida Tax Collectors Association's annual conference. They asked me to speak on healthy relationships in the workplace. I was honored to do it. I had 200 in my breakout session, and 30 minutes into my lecture on healthy relationships in the workplace, my cell phone rang. This is pre-smartphone. I had a flip phone at the time. I literally picked up my flip phone during the class, turned around, and this is what they heard me say. Hello? No, I'm teaching a class right now. No, I don't care. Don't call me again. I told you don't call me during the day. Fine. Whatever. All right. Love you. Bye now. See you now. I hung up. Turned back around and continued teaching on healthy relationships in the workplace. Sitting right over here in the back of the room, someone interrupts me. Dr. Marks. And I looked over and said, yes. Was that your wife on the phone? I said, yes, it was. Why? You just talked to her that way? I responded back this way. What way? You could feel the tension in the room. And he said to me, you're here teaching us about healthy relations in the workplace, and yet you just talk to your wife that way? I said, you don't like it? Man, people shifting in their seats, nervous, little mumbling going on. They're staring at me, and I'm staring back at them. And after, I don't know how long, maybe 30 seconds of staring, I said, y'all feel tension in this room? They're like, mm-hmm. Everybody's nervous. And I said, well, I feel tension too. And I just looked away to the front of the room, stood at the proctor. I said, Nancy, could you do me a favor? She said, yes. I said, tell this class what I asked you to do for me. She got up and she said, he asked me at 30 minutes into his lecture, call the cell phone, ring it 3 times, and hang up. I said, did you do that? I said, yes. And I pulled my flip phone. Is that your number? Yes. So I said to the class, well, I guess now you know I set you up. I have 2 short conversations with you. Number 1 action on my part. I affected everybody in this room. Don't tell me you can't change people. I changed this room from warmth to ice cold tension, and everyone was changed by 1 action on my part. Don't tell me you can't affect other people. I changed you all, and I changed the essence of this room. How often you do that at home or wherever you don't know or you don't care. And I said the second conversation is this. If I had continued talking, would you listen to me? And a lady in the front of the middle of the room, she goes, no. She says, as a matter of fact, I was about to get up and walk out on you. And I said, thank you for your openness. Now let's put a context around this. I said, I've got a PhD, 2 master's degrees. Some people consider me an expert in healthy relationships and that kind of stuff at the national level. You wouldn't have listened to me? And here's what she said. No, because in that moment, Dr. Marks, you had no credibility to teach me. And I said, that's all I want you to know the rest of this time. The rest of what I teach you means nothing. Learn that. People are watching you. And this is what's happening today. They see us in the church. They see our division. They see our angst. They see our lack of peace. And then we go talk to them about Jesus. And they look at us and go, ah! Who are you to tell me about love? And this is what our children in the church are seeing. They're seeing division in the homes, in the families, and then they go to church all the time, and these kids are thinking, come on, Dad, you don't love Jesus. And I know you're a deacon, and I know you teach a men's class, but it means nothing. Look at how you treat Mom. See, the real you is not the one in public. The real you is the one at home. So when I was on staff years ago at First Baptist, I always told my kids, if the way you see me treat people in public is not the same way I treat you and your mom on a regular basis, you don't have to trust my faith, and you don't have to trust Christianity. Because you know that I don't believe it either. Because if I believed it, I'd live it at home.
Come on.
Not in public. And not on my job. The real me is the guy at home. And every single day, Father gives us opportunities to practice patience. God is not impressed that you know that love is patient. He's impressed that you're patient. And by the way, to be patient in conflict requires maturity. God is not impressed that you know that love is kind. Oh, by the way, you know the best place to learn patience is? Walmart. The patience, son. Because to the degree that you're impatient, you're not loving. And to the degree that you're patient, you're loving. Quit focusing on the line, start talking to people. And that's what I start doing. And so now it's like, oh, I get to practice patience today. And I see that as opportunity just to meet people now. And that's what I do. When I'm lying, I'm thinking, why do I lie? That was Walmart, right? Love is kind. Every day you get opportunities to practice kindness as well. So when you're driving down the road and someone cuts you off and you start to speed up and stare at them, Father says, what are you doing? Well, that person cut me off. Yeah, I'm going to ask, what are you doing? I'm going to show them what for. Rick, didn't you say you want my heart, son? Yeah. Do you know that I allowed this person to do that right now? So you could develop kindness in your heart? So if you want my heart, develop kindness, pull it over, let them move on. Quit focusing on them. Because what you're doing is unkind. But if you don't want to do it, that's okay. It's your choice. But do me a favor. Take the Jesus Loves You bumper sticker off your car. You're misrepresenting my heart. I don't treat people that way. And this is what's happening. What they're seeing among us is a misrepresentation of the man we say we love and serve. And because they see misrepresentation of it, our credibility goes down. Or as everyone knows, Gandhi said, I would be a Christian if it wasn't for Christians. It's what he experienced with them that invalidated the Bible. But if you know Gandhi's writings well, most of Gandhi's writings came from where? The Bible. He loved the scriptures and his teachings, but he wouldn't commit because of those who followed. Are you with me? All of us, folks, are body, mind, and soul. And people are going to have issues. Get used to it. People are going to get depressed. They got depressed in the scriptures. I mean, you just defeat the prophets of Baal. What a big deal, right? Where does Elijah go? The seminary? You go teach about it? No. In today's language, he's clinically depressed, he goes into the wilderness, and he wants God to kill him. He's suicidal. What did the Lord tell him? Oh, you lack of faith. You need to pray about it. You need to trust more.
Sleep.
The Lord just comforted him. Let him rest for quite a long time. And just ministered to him. That's all he did. Didn't beat him up, didn't shame him, didn't throw the Bible down to him. Just ministered to him. He let him be human. He let him be human. See, we're so busy, we're human doings. We're not human beings. And we do. Do you know that'll take a toll on your psyche, body, mind, and soul? And there's this teaching that it goes back to the Gnostics, body bad, spirit good, right? And we have that same kind of thinking today. Whatever you do in the body's bad. No, the flesh is not bad. When God made Adam and Eve on the 6th day, everything before that was considered what? Good. And then he makes them and says they're what? Very good. That never changed with God the Father. The flesh was tainted by sin, but the flesh is not bad. Because if the flesh is bad, then Jesus coming to this world in the flesh is anathema. He should have never done it, because the flesh is bad. The flesh isn't bad. The flesh is just a body. When Adam was made, he was just a body. So God had to breathe into him what? A life. He breathed into him life. His soul came alive. What do you call a body without a soul?
Dead.
A corpse. It's just a corpse. So you are, and think of it this way, are humans spiritual beings?
Yes.
No, you're not. Don't know, you don't know. You're not. Demons and angels are spiritual beings. We are not. We are spiritualized human beings. We have something spiritual beings can never do. We can eat mint chocolate chip ice cream. Yeah. We can go to Jack Stack, right? They can't. Why do you think demons want your body? Amen to that. Even demons, that's good, right? They got good barbecue. I like that. doing your body isn't your body. It's your soul. Because a soul, you can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can't see it. So a soul needs a what? A body to express itself. That's all. A soul needs a body to express itself. So what you see in a person's body is really a reflection of their soul. That's all it is. And this body in a fallen world gets diseases. Cancer. Chickenpox. Depression. Anxiety. That's all stuff with the brain. Your brain's gonna rot just like the rest of your body. And somehow we make mental, emotional issues somehow different than the others. They're not. They're not. Because the brain is an organism just like the rest. The difference with the brain is a social organization. It has to bond emotionally to other people's brains for it to thrive. And when the brain thrives, the rest of your body thrives. Now we have a loneliness problem because people aren't bonding because of the breakdown of family. And one of the things we say in our world, if you want to come back, we'll go heavy into this much deeper on our relationship seminars. But let me just say this for the sake of it. Everyone has to bond, and you will bond one way or another. Addictions are attachment disorders. That's all they are. They're attachment disorders. Addicts don't have to bond to people. They bond to objects. And what they do, they get their relational, emotional needs met through drinking, through drugs, pornography, through masturbation, through gambling, through food, through religiosity. Many years ago, I was a doctoral student. We had a class, and I had to write a paper in my doctoral class. But one of the rules was, whatever paper you wrote this semester, you have to either submit it for presentation at a national conference or publication in a journal. Well, I said, well, I'll submit it to a national conference because they'll never want a seminary student. I was wrong. They accepted it. I told Dr. Dow, I said, American Counseling Association accepted my paper on religious addiction. Well, I guess you have to teach it. That's in Atlanta. Yeah, I know. You'll have fun. It was the most wonderful time because I go, and there were about 100 in my room. There were 100 in my room, and I'm talking about religious addiction and all what it's about. And there was a former pastor who left the pastorate, became a therapist. And he's talking about how he always found it difficult to get volunteers. And his associational director in a meeting said, here's the way you get volunteers. Find the most emotionally broken, needy people in your church. Get them to do it because they need attention. And he said, in my sickness, I did that. So I had volunteers. And he goes, what I didn't know then is I was taking advantage of people's emotional health or lack thereof. And I never forgot that. Never forgot that. It's okay to be human. Okay to be human. And in our humanity, we have issues, don't we? And Jesus struggled relationally as well. People say that Jesus feared going to the cross. No, he did not. No, he did not. When he said, Father, let this cup pass from me, he was not talking about the cross. There was something that Jesus had never, ever, 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 ever experienced. Aloneness. He'd never known it. But he knew it was coming. And he feared that aloneness. When his dad was going to have to disconnect, and he would be what? Alone. And he cried out on the cross. My God, why did you what?
Forsaken me.
This is how he knew it wasn't good to be alone. That's why he could tell Adam, it is not good to be alone, son. How did God know? Because God is not confined to time. He knew it was like when Satan took off. He felt that betrayal. And he also knew it was like on the cross when his dad turned his back on him for a period of time. But yet, in the midst of the pain of the aloneness that was coming, the Lord stayed true to who he was as a son to his Father. Not my will, but what? When we feel alone, we go try and deal with that pain of aloneness in what I call very unhealthy ways. I use an acronym, rat poison, and you'll see why later. Does that make sense? There's 59 one another verses in the New Testament. Those 59 one other verses in the New Testament have nothing to do with theology. They have to do with human attachment. Love one another, encourage one another. Mourn with those that mourn. Romans 4:15. Rejoice, rejoice. Why? So you're not mourning or rejoicing alone. And yet people are hurting alone, even here tonight maybe, or in your church. They show up. Or someone comes along, and I'm guilty of this. I'm not telling anything I'm telling you right now, I had to learn the hard way. Are you with me? I mean, 94, I told Father, I said, I'm tired of being a Christian. It's too much work. Performance-based theology. Here I am with all these other professors at Regent University, who I was a Southern Baptist, I always said, and they didn't live like I lived. And the Father said, you know my word, but you really don't know my heart. And I said, then I want to know your heart. He goes, you know what you're asking? I said, apparently not. You don't get my heart, Rick. You develop it. You get to go through opportunities to feel what I feel. Next thing you know, you're at Walmart. do I act this way, son? No. Then you practice patience right now. One year, many years, 1999, I was late to running. There's a homeless lady that had schizophrenia. And she was always on the streets downtown Jacksonville. We're a downtown church down there. And one particular day, she's always smoking, talking to herself dirty. And one day I saw her, and I felt disgust as I saw her. Father, being the gentleman he is, when I was looking at her walking past garage 2, there was an image between me and her. There's a little girl, blonde hair, white dress. And Father said to me, why can't you see her that way?
My Lord.
And I said to Father, I want to see the way you do. He said, you have to meet her. You forget those things, you know? Sunday night before Christmas that year, quite a few months down the road, I'm late to church. Sunday night, I'm going running across, of course. We wear suits, uniform of the day. And there she is, sitting on a bench at garage 2 in the little park right there. I see her. Father goes, there she is. I said, I'm late to church. There she is. Fine. Cool. I go over there. Her name's Ellen. She was in her right mind. Ellen needed nothing from me. The kind strangers, some have entertained angels unaware. I wonder now if God put her there to teach me a lesson about me. So she begins to tell me her story. I introduced myself to her. She tells me her story, raped most of her life from age 5 into her 20s. Abused, raped, molested, drugs and alcohol to deal with the pain. And as I'm listening to her story, I realized nobody is a little kid, grows up and goes, all life choices. I'd like to be a drug-addicted schizophrenic walking the streets of Jacksonville. Things happen to people in life, and they survive the best way they know how. And as I'm listening to her tell the story, she says this to me. She says, you know, I'm a non-person. And I thought, okay, she needs drugs. And the Spirit says, ask her what she means by that. And I said, what do you mean by that, Ellen? She said, I'm a non-person, I don't exist. I said, what do you mean by that? I walk past you people every week, and I have for over a year. You never look me in the eye. You never see me. I don't exist. I'm a non-person. And the Spirit said to me, I'm not impressed that you go over there at church when you walk past the elements of the world, because see, when you've done it to the least of these, then you did it to me. And I said, Ellen, forgive me and forgive this church because we have failed you. Because the God we say we love, we have never treated you this way. And I begin to get another don't know you don't know, another prism to who I was and how we are. And I said, Father, I don't want to be that way anymore. I want to feel what you feel for people. I want to see them as you see them. I want to love them as you love them. And this is the hardest one. 5 years ago, is this okay?
Yeah.
Hopefully maybe touches you something small. 5 years ago, Dr. Paul Larson, former medical dean of the School of Medicine at LSU, remember my church there in Church 1122 in Jacksonville, one of the elders there, loved Dr. Larson. In his late 70s, good man, solid Christian, mature. Saw me at church, said, come over here, come over here. I said, what's up, Doc? I want you to work with someone. All right? I want you to do your marriage intensive with them. I said, okay, anything for you? He said, hang on a minute. You You know the story. I said, all right. He molested his daughter from age 3 to age 14. And I said, why isn't he in jail? He said, well, the answer to your question is she never confided anything until she was in her 20s, so it's up to her to do something. But the wife wants to honor the marital vows. He's been in intensive therapy. When they were still in Tennessee, they moved here. He's in my life group. I want you to help him with the marriage. Fine, I'll do that. Give my number. And so they called. Now, anytime someone local wants to do marriage intensive, I bring in for an hour-and-a-half assessment. Met them, got an issue, great. Usually, when someone's in intensive, I do it right away. I put them off for 5 weeks. I didn't want to do it. Because I knew I had no love for this man. I thought he needed to be in jail. And I knew I had to pray for love. And I prayed for love and prayed for love and prayed for love. 5 weeks. Intensive is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the week before Thanksgiving. And that Sunday morning, I wake up and I said, Lord, Wednesday's around the corner. It's in like 2 days. I need love for this guy. You haven't given it to me. And the Spirit spoke out. I'm not giving it to you. I actually answered back, why not? Because if you're honest, you don't want to love him. And I said, you're right, he belongs in jail. I'm not proud of this. Spirit said to me, what makes you think you're better than he is? There's people in hell for far less than he ever did. Yes, sir. That'll move your humility on him. I said, the Lord, I've got to help him. I got to love him. He said, you can't love him. It's not in you. Then what do? You step aside, and I will love him through you. Yes, sir. And at the end of the 3-day intensive, I'll call him Bill. I loved Bill. Genuinely loved Bill. Bill was molested most of his life as a boy. Doesn't make what he did right, but as Cy Roger put it, it makes him understand why desperate people do desperate things. And I saw him as Father saw him. Not as a man who molested his kid, the little father knew that. Saw him as a broken man. Last year, Bill and I were having lunch, and he was talking about, he's got the consequences. Couldn't go to his daughter's wedding, right? Won't be there for the grandkids. He's had to accept the consequence of his choices. And he has. We're praying for restoration in him. He's a different man. People can't change. They're teachable and humble. But he was thanking me. And I said, Bill, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't do anything to you. Oh, Rick, you didn't know. No, I did not. There's something I haven't told you. And I told him what I just told you. I said, Bill, you gave me a gift. He said, what gift did I give you? You taught me how to love. You taught me how to love in a way I've never known how to love before. I said, I owe you more than you'll ever know. Because I wanted to love you like Father did, and I do. But I couldn't initially. You see, folks, if you take the time to listen to people's story, you'll understand why they are where they are. It doesn't make it right what people do, but it does make it understandable why desperate people do desperate things. When you're willing to sit back and listen to the whys. Are you with me? When you put yourself above them, be very careful. Because the moment you do, you just put a target on your back with Father. Oh, really, Rick? You really want to go there with me? No, sir. No, sir. Good. Move to humility then. It's a far better place to live life, so. Does that help? I think my 25 minutes is probably up. Does that help?